Let's now proceed to build the first screen of our application. The first screen is going to display the device information that our application is currently running on. And as we are talking about device information, where the implementations between Android and iOS differ, we can already imagine that we are going to use the actual expect mechanism. The Android screen is going to look like this. On top we will have the title of the screen, which is about device, and below we are going to have a list. The first item of the list is going to display the operating name alongside with the operating version. Then we are going to display the device model that our app is currently running on, and finally we are going to display the density of the screen. To debug the UI in different devices, it's often useful to know the density of the screen that it is currently running on. Opening up the iOS application is going to look very similar to the Android counterpart. On top we have the title of the screen about device, then we have the operating system name and version, then we have information about the device it is currently running on. Now please note that both of those devices are emulators, so there is not much information about them, but if you run them on the real device, then you will see the real device information. And finally, as in the Android, we are going to also see the density of the current screen. Okay, so let's proceed with the implementation. The first thing that I'm going to do is to delete this greeting class, as we will no longer need it. And then I'm also going to change the implementation of the platform class. As we can see, we have this bit of complicated setup where we have both an interface and an expect function that returns an instance of that interface. I'm going to simplify things a bit. I'm going to delete this function, and instead of this interface, I'm going to declare an expect class. So the expected class is going to have the following values. The first value is going to be the OS name. The second value is going to be the OS version. The next value is going to be the device model. Then we are going to have the density. This one is going to be an integer, as normally density is an integer. And finally, I'm also going to declare a function that is going to log all this information. Okay, so as we explained before, because this class is declared as an expected class, it is not allowed to have any kind of implementation inside the function. It is not even allowed to initialize its own values. The actual implementation of this class must reside inside the Android and the iOS folders. Let's proceed on the next video to create the actual Android and iOS implementations.